Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Fourth of a Mile podcast. That's Nicholas Elliott. I'm JD Zaza, and it's college football day. It was kind of what I expected going in. It didn't look great. I mean, we had Alabama and Vanderbilt and Miami, Florida State as the two big ones. But as college football has taught us, chaos happens.
Yep.
So, Nicholas, how are you doing?
Doing good, man. Starting yesterday, we have 49 straight days of football. So I mean, can't really get much better than that. You have another good week of football last week.
Absolutely.
Gonna have another, probably the either second or first best slate of the year so far.
I would say second best slate of the year. So I'd say second best slate of the year so far.
Yeah, so far. I mean, there's a lot of good matchups in the SEC. A lot of good matchups in like every conference. I mean, really, like Big 12, Big 10. I mean, ACC really doesn't have much because last week was their big matchups. But
yeah,
I mean, let's get right into it. I mean,
before you start, I think we should explain this.
Yeah, talk about your experience.
I worked College Game Day this week as part of my program here at the University of Alabama, and because of waking up at 3:30 to get there at 5 a.m. and work 2 straight days.
Yeah,
get this: the hard hat they kind of give out everywhere. So this week they'll give them out to Vanderbilt. And do you want me to wear it for the rest of the podcast, or do you think I should take it off?
Whichever. I think you should. I think you should rep it. I mean,
I'm gonna rep it.
It looks good on you.
I'm gonna rep it. All right. So where do you want to start?
Let's go ahead and jump in where game day was. I mean, it was
all right. That's an easy.
Our neck of the wood. It was in our neck of the woods.
Yep.
And you had Alabama outlasting Vanderbilt.
It was in our block. It was kind of a few blocks away from both of us.
Yeah.
So Alabama beats Vanderbilt. This was a very, very good game. And my big takeaway is this. I am not a huge fan of Pavia. I think he talks a little too much. Now, there are some cocky quarterbacks I like Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma. I loved Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But Pavia, I wasn't super big of a fan of. But that's not to say – that's not my point. My big point, though, is this. Vanderbilt.
Good team.
Golf clap. A very, very good football team.
Yeah.
I thought Bama would cover, and they did, but it wasn't a typical cover. It wasn't a typical cover.
Left a lot of points to be desired for. I mean,
and also the game felt like it was just a touchdown. It was a touchdown game for most of it, and
the weird flow.
To be honest, that's what the game was. I mean, the score says otherwise, but I don't say. As a person at the game and running on, I guess, 5 hours of sleep, I golf clap to Vanderbilt. That's all I'm going to say. Vanderbilt, respect, and best of luck to you for the rest of the year.
The second half is really when Alabama kind of took over the game. I mean, the first half, Vanderbilt got their big plays. They had a big running play with Cedric Alexander. That was really only his flashing moment of the game. I mean,
really the only big play from Cedric Alexander was that opening touchdown on their first drive. But throughout the game, the key difference of the game turned out to be the same thing as it was last year, turnovers.
Yeah.
Alabama did not turn the ball over once in this game.
It was practically an arm punt.
Basically, it was an arm punt. I don't understand the play calling there, but we have so much to talk about in this game that I won't even get to that. The big difference, though, was the interceptions was the turnovers in the red zone. Vanderbilt's up 7-0. 7-0, right? See,
yes.
Vanderbilt's up 7-0, and Alabama can't stop them. They're in a red zone. Pavia runs it up the middle because no one's open, and he fumbles.
Tried to stay up too.
Gives Alabama life. You can't give this Alabama team life. They are going to score. And the second one was in the second half.
That was a bad interception.
Second half, he threw it into tight coverage to his tight end, and it got picked up by Keon Sapp. 2 costly turnovers for Vanderbilt, and that was the difference of the game.
Yeah.
Rushing wise, both teams rushed the ball really well, which is surprising for Alabama's sake because they haven't had a. This was the first time Alabama had a 100-yard rusher in a game since
like 2021.
Yeah,
I think it was since Jace McClellan.
Yeah, Jace McClellan. I think it was against Ole Miss. I was at that game.
Pretty sure, if I had to guess.
Yeah, but
one thing that really stuck out to me in this game was how last year it was Vanderbilt who dominated time possession. This year, Alabama in the second half really had. I mean, Vanderbilt's defense was practically out of gas by the second half because Alabama's defense. I mean, they did a really good job making a second half adjustment, slowing down.
Yeah, they did.
They really forced Pavia into one dimensional. I mean, James Smith really made a difference after not being able to play in the first half. Justin Jefferson was awesome. Then you had Keon Sabb has been making plays in the secondary. So I mean,
the key
really all around.
In the game came down to this.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt was 135, Bama was 146. So they were pretty even there. Bama had more passing yards, as you would expect from Alabama, but Vanderbilt had 198. The big differences, though, came down to this. Vanderbilt was 5 or 11 on third down. Last year, they were incredible on third down. Vanderbilt had 52 penalty yards. Alabama only had 30. And time of possession, as you said, Alabama had the ball for almost 40 minutes. Vanderbilt had for 22 and a half minutes.
Yeah. I think the one thing that Alabama left a lot of points on the board. Like the red zone execution was not as good.
Red zone, they settled for. My big takeaway for Alabama is they could have this game. They got to figure out how to close games because if they scored one touchdown out of those 3 red zone possessions in the second half, then the game would have been over. You wouldn't have the stress. You wouldn't have to worry about that 4th and 20, which was a very, very, very weird. What do you call it? Possession. Because we had two interceptions. 2 possible interceptions, a maybe pass interference on Sowers. It just depends. But overall, the better team won. The better team won this game, and Alabama won the game. But again, I'm not going to sit here and gloat for Alabama. This was a very good Vanderbilt team, and Vanderbilt's on the rise.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's really on the rise.
The big thing for Vanderbilt though is they got to have a passing game. I mean, they're incredible running the ball, but there was no receiver that really worried Alabama, but maybe besides Stowers, who's one of the best tight ends in the SEC.
Yeah, Stowers, he's gonna be a top, like the one that first tight ends off the board probably.
Yeah, he's really good. Alabama, Ty Simpson. What else is there to say? Everyone knows what he is. He's really good at football. Really, the big story of the game, though, was the running game for Alabama.
Yep.
The one thing I will say about Alabama is that drive, pretty much to end the game with, that was an 8-minute drive.
Yeah.
It was an 8-minute drive just running the ball right up the gut was exactly what Vanderbilt did last year. And I was very happy with that because I haven't seen that Alabama in a long time, and this is including Saban's team.
All right, in a game that was happening, or both of these other games that we're going to talk about were happening at the same time, and really the one that was sending shockwaves across the college football.
Yeah, really big story of the day.
Penn State dropping the game to UCLA. I mean, UCLA. I mean. Everybody thought 0-12. We both thought maybe 0-12 was they haven't led all year. Oh, their first lead of the year.
I was saying to my friends, all right, the road to 12 begins. But no, I mean, UCLA was incredible this game. In this game, UCLA ran for 269 rushing yards and 166 passing yards. And most of those rushing yards came from their quarterback, Nico Amalivia. Or Imaliava.
Yep. And really, UCLA really played with the nothing.
Their offensive coordinator didn't even know how to work the headset. And he found out they called the game on Tuesday, and they They
What a
ran
great story.
Penn State out of the building.
The thing with this game is UCLA played with the nothing to lose mentality. They
Yeah.
I think they went up. They went up 7-0, and then I saw they kicked an onside kick and got it, and then they went up like 10-0, and then they just kept scoring, and Penn State had to score in every possession, and then they were down by like 20 at the half.
Yeah.
It
was 27-7 at half, which everyone there, including us in Tuscaloosa, were like,
what is happening?
Scoreboard wrong there. Like,
yeah.
Like,
and then fourth down, and then the fourth quarter, Penn State had life.
It looked like Penn State was going to win the game and survive.
Or force overtime, and then they got stopped in the red zone
with a bad call. I mean, UCLA sniffed.
Wasn't it like a QB sneak?
It was like a shovel. It looked like a shovel pass.
Oh gosh!
But honestly, UCLA sniffed it out like no tomorrow. Oh boy, there were some uncomfortable talks around Penn State, and I don't blame them. This is the most shocking loss. This tops Alabama Vanderbilt last year, like by a long shot. Like, you can say what you want about last year for Alabama Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt at least was good last year. They had Pavia, they had their coach, and they just outplayed Alabama.
Then you have
this game, really, it was just
AP number 2.
It was an 0-4 team, the worst team in the Power 4, and it wasn't even close.
The most disappointing team so far in the country were the preseason number 1 and number 2.
If you looked, there was a thing I looked at today. The top 10 preseason. There's only 4 teams in the top 10 still. Miami, Alabama, who's exactly where they were at the preseason. They were 8th to start the preseason, and they are 8 now. So
Ohio State,
and then Ohio State, who is number 3,
or Oregon.
And Oregon, yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is different. The entire top 10 looks completely different. I mean, the top 3 teams picked to go to the national championship besides Ohio State. They're all almost out of it.
Yeah.
Two of them are fighting for their lives. Yeah, Clemson's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you say for Penn State?
This is why coming into the season it was so hard because it felt like this year there's no like true number 1 team. Like Ohio State has looked apart so far. They've really caught my attention
all year.
Yeah, they've easily been the best team all year, but a lot of people had question marks coming in about Julian Sayin, new defense. But I mean, they've answered the bell. But everybody else is really just trying to be in that second tier right now. It's really just Ohio State in their own tier until they get tested. I mean, I guess we'll see. Penn State can maybe pull out a miracle. Who knows? I mean,
Penn State. What do you say for Penn State? It's like want to know mentality. I mean, that's all you can say because
look, the West State going out west is hard.
You can say all you want about Penn State, but they're not out of it yet. It's just really, really, it's tough. Like a 99% chance that they're out. I mean, what do they have to do?
Win out.
They have to win all 3 of these games back to back to back. And this is the stretch that everyone thought, okay, you're okay with 1 loss.
Yeah.
You're okay with 1 loss. The stretch they got after UCLA is
Northwestern, and I think Indiana next week, and then they have Ohio State coming up in a couple weeks, and Iowa and Kinnick.
They got a sneaky road trip going to Iowa. Yeah. Where one Penn State season.
If you can't survive in the Rose Bowl with not even a full crowd, then good luck going to Kinnick. Good luck going in the Horseshoe.
Good luck going to the Horseshoe. Good luck playing Indiana at this point. Good luck. I mean, again, what is there to say about Penn State? It's the same narrative every year, and this is the game where it's like, look, James Franklin, he can't beat the big teams, but he can at least beat the little ones.
And he didn't beat the little one this time.
He has not beat the little one. This is the first loss he's had against the little one in a while.
All right. speaking of another team that was highly ranked.
Final thoughts on Penn State. They could still make the playoff. If they run the table, they're in.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Plain and simple.
You gotta
not focus on the outside noise. You gotta focus on getting better as a team.
You've got to beat Ohio State, Iowa, and Indiana all in a row.
And you gotta handle everybody else too.
And you gotta handle everyone else. Yeah. Because at this point, who knows what Penn State can, if Penn State can even beat Michigan State at this point, or any other team in their schedule.
Yeah. And here's a team that was everybody was already calling for the coach to be gone. And the Swamp got a big win, which a lot of people kind of expected it. I picked them last week. I kind of had a feeling, but Florida Gators get the win over Texas, and DJ Lagway was bounced back in a big way.
Lagway was incredible this game. He said it the week leading up to this game. Once the Florida offense gets clicking, you're not stopping us. And
yeah, he had like 298 passing yards. They had a great running game.
And you know what? He talked a big game, and he delivered. He went 21 for 28, 298 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Hey, one interception is an improvement of the 5 he threw. So I mean,
yeah, and they outrushed Texas 159 to 52. They passed for 298, while Texas only passed for 289. Texas had 2 turnovers compared to Florida's 1.
I feel bad for Texas. Man.
No, actually, Florida had more turnovers in this game. They had 2 fumbles and 1 interception. Even with that, Florida had 34 minutes of possession.
I feel bad. Like, if there's one person I feel bad for Arch. Like,
he didn't ask for this.
No,
but before we get into Texas, we gotta talk winners first.
Yeah,
Florida. I mean, this is kind of what do you do now with Florida? It's like Florida fans were like, okay, if we lose this game, we're gonna fire Napier. Now you're like, oh my god, we gotta run this circle over again.
Like they should be at 2 losses right now. It's just, or even like 1 loss. They could easily be at 1 loss right now. I mean,
yeah, I mean they played Miami tight.
And LSU, like they probably should have won that LSU game.
And you know what? Florida could ruin some playoffs.
I mean, there's a couple of dates I've been circling. Like I could see them.
Florida is
they match up with every team.
This is why I was high on Florida. They're a good football team. They're a good football team when they put it together. I also think their schedule is brutal, but this is a good football team.
Their defense is really good. Their offense
is incredible. Their offense is finally getting things to work. And here's the thing. It's called the Dan Mullen word, development. You don't expect – a team's going to get better throughout the year. It's like it's one thing in college football that everyone forgets. It's like, oh, you got to look great in week 1. You got to look great in week 1. Look at Ohio State. Alabama are the 2 examples. Both teams didn't look great in the first game. Look, Ohio State won, but they didn't look great against Texas. And who knows? And then Alabama, they lost to Florida State. But guess what? Both those teams are getting better. They're getting better and better and better. And that's what you need. And that's what a lot of teams forget. You can get better throughout the year. Hell, Ole Miss is another one. They're getting better as the weeks progress.
Yeah.
They had a tough game against Kentucky. And Florida's in that same boat where they're just a good team, and they're getting better throughout the year.
I like that Florida team. They have a good –
They're young. They're
young,
really
good
young.
defense, good –
You saw Dallas Wilson. He came back. He's a freshman. That guy's a monster.
And the thing with Texas, they were moving the ball well, and then they would just take a big sack, or they would
look for Texas. They're young. This is a young Texas team. They did not have a lot of returning. They had a lot of returning on defense, but on offense, they had to replace their entire receiving core, their offensive line, and their quarterback.
Their defense has been kind of disappointing, I guess.
And that has too. Even though they have Anthony Hill, who's going to be a first-round pick, Michael Taft, who's going to be a draft pick, Colin Simmons, who's really good on the edge. Again, it's just it's a disappointing loss for Texas. And look,
they does not get easier.
But again, they're not out of it. They're not out of it. Look, they're one of their losses is against Ohio State, which is out of conference. Their big issue though is they are run takeable in the SEC now.
Yeah, they got to go to Georgia. They got to play Texas A&M, who's been one of the hotter teams.
And if Arch is struggling against
also Florida, you got to play against OU.
If Arch is struggling against Florida, get ready to when you have to go to Athens, when you have to play Vanderbilt, and then this week when you play Oklahoma and Venables in Dallas, because that's not going to be fun. But we'll get into that game later. I'll say most of my thoughts on Texas when we get to the preview. Right now, I'm just going to say get ready. Get ready.
I would say get ready, but I could see I could see them turning it around. It's just Arch.
Yeah, they're so talented. Of course, you could see them turn it around, but it's just what do you think? I mean, I'm going to say most of my thoughts for Texas preview. As I said,
Texas, they just got to be clean. Like too many turnovers.
They can't run the ball.
Yeah,
they have the same problem. They have the same problem as LSU. They can't run the football.
I was looking at all those running backs that were back. They had all those running backs that were back.
Running backs.
I know. I was looking at that. I was looking at the preview for this week, and I saw their leading rusher is Arch with 166 yards.
That's not good.
That's not a recipe for success, especially with the young quarterback in his first year.
A young, struggling quarterback needs help in the run game, and I think the biggest issue with Texas, though, is their offensive line. Arch doesn't have a lot of time back there to even dissect.
I mean, that's what happens when you lose first-rounders.
Yeah. When you lose a first-round offensive tackle to the Saints, Kelvin Banks.
Yeah. All right. I mean, week 6 there were still not as many good games, but I mean, there's always still headlines every week in college football.
We can go rapid fire for the rest of the week 6. But A&M looked really good against Mississippi State. I thought State was going to cover. A&M, after a slow start, was like, no.
Yeah, their offense was firing. Like their running game was really good.
Yeah, and then really the other big game that was
Miami held off Florida. I mean, they dominated Florida State, then they took the foot off the gas. Florida State made the game a little bit. Florida State's offense.
It was 28-3 at half.
Yeah,
or going into the fourth.
Florida State's offense. Maybe
it's just Miami's.
Yeah,
their entire offense relies on Castellanos. They couldn't get separation, and Miami, Ruben Bain's going to be a top 5 pick. He made himself some money in this game.
Yeah, Cincinnati knocked off Iowa State. I mean,
that's huge because Cincinnati's undefeated in the Big 12. Yeah, they're on one loss in the Nebraska game in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Another Big 12 game, Texas Tech
dominated
Houston. The rear end against Houston.
Yeah,
Texas
Connor Wegman went out early.
Texas Tech might be the class of the Big 12. They're just good everywhere.
Yeah. You ready to get into week 7?
Yeah. Is there anything else we need to talk about in week 6?
Not really. Week 6 was kind of so low key. A lot of teams are on bye week, so I mean, it's gearing up for this week.
But, yeah, I agree.
I guess you can.
There's a lot of games. There's a lot of games this week.
Yeah, you saved your thoughts on Texas, so why don't we start there? The Red River rivalry.
The Red River shootout in the State Fair of Texas in Dallas in the True Cotton Bowl.
Oklahoma, I guess, will still be without John Mateer.
We're recording this Thursday, and as of yesterday, Thamel said he's questionable.
Yeah, and the thing with Oklahoma, I heard I didn't watch their game last week, but people were saying that Hawkins did not look good.
They played Kent State.
Yeah, I mean they handled business. They won by 40, but they said Hawkins maybe wasn't looking as sharp. So maybe
it depends.
This is the game. Maybe Texas was looking ahead.
I think Mateer. It's going to come down to what he looks like game time. It's going to be a game time decision, I think.
Right
I think
now,
we're going to see how he throws early on, and if he looks good, then you're like, all right, let's rely on the run game. Let's give him very minimal stuff, but we're going to really.
I mean, they haven't run the ball all season. Now they started using, they have Jaden Ott, who was a really good running back at Cal, and now maybe he will have a big game in this game. I mean, the thing with this game is weird. It
just depends on what is material. It depends on what material is. Like, even if he plays, I think he's going to be very, very limited. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. Or
if you want to prove on the Texas side, if you want to prove everybody who's has been saying, "Oh, you're not good," this is the game to prove it. If you're Arch, if you want to win your fans back over,
if you can torch Venables' offense or Venables' defense.
And look, the thing with this, the key of this game is going to be in the trenches. Like we just said, Texas offensive line has not been good. Oklahoma's defensive line is one of the best in the country.
Here's the thing: both run games have been not bad good this year.
And the thing with this game,
interesting because it's like these are two. This is going to be a slugfest because this could be like a 17-10 game because these are two solid defenses. Like Oklahoma's the best defense I've watched all year. I haven't seen a lot of Ohio State this year. I know everyone says they have the best defense. I just haven't seen a lot of them.
Yeah, they probably do. But
I have seen Oklahoma's the best.
The thing with Oklahoma though is they are susceptible in the secondary. You can really if that offensive line for Texas can give Arch some time, maybe he can make some big plays. Like Ryan Wingo at Livingston can get open for him because I think Ryan Wingo is going to be the key in this game for Texas to have some best offense in the offensive line holding up. Because the thing with OU is they do a really good job against sacks. They had so many against Auburn. I mean,
they had 10 against Auburn. They had a fair amount against who they played next.
I mean, Michigan. They probably had a lot. I mean,
but I think the key of the game is who runs the ball better, and it should be Texas, but.
Maybe Jaden Ott breaks out. I mean, who knows? Especially if Hawkins is playing.
If Hawkins plays, they have the read option game. They really have to focus on the read option game. But Hawkins played last year in the Red River and didn't look great.
The thing with this game is really weird because it has Texas as a favorite coming into this game, and like everybody's probably.
I think even with material, everyone's like, Texas
maybe wins. I don't know. Who knows?
What's the spread on this game?
It's like 1.5. It's practically pick 'em. It's like
because no one has a good feel for this game because it's
maybe Texas was looking ahead from last week, but it's like, well, you already have one loss. Why would you be looking ahead? But it's kind of weird, because I mean, this game is going to be 2:30. Usually it's at noon because it was in the Big 12, but now it's at 2:30. And I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm very intrigued about this game because I could see it going either way. I could see it being a shootout.
I give no good feel in this game. It just depends on like who runs the ball better.
Yeah, I think if Texas wins, it'll be a really close game. Like I don't see them blowing out.
Either way, it's going to be a close game. I think
this game will deliver. Yeah,
because it's the Red River, and even it's rare to have a blowout in the Red River.
Oh, last year wasn't it?
It was technically on the scoreboard, but
not really.
If you watched it,
it
didn't feel like it because Oklahoma did everything in their power to stop Texas.
Yeah. All right. Let's head to the game before that on ABC. Alabama coming off the win, heads into a hot Missouri team coming off a bye and the construction zone.
This is a trap game.
You have your hard hat on for this game because you'll be entering a construction zone.
Yep. This is a trap game of trap games. Last year, Alabama dominated Missouri. It wasn't.
Missouri had Drew Pine at quarterback, though.
Yeah, like they had no aerial attack. So and Alabama ran the ball like no tomorrow on them. And I could see that again. I could see that happen again. Missouri's defense has not been really good this year. They had trouble with Kansas. They had trouble with South Carolina.
Yes, Lenore Sellers coming off an injury had over 300 yards on him.
So the key to the game here is, what does Ahmad Hardy do? Ahmad Hardy, I think, is the best player on this field.
He'll probably have like 60 to 70 yards.
Oh, you don't think he's gonna break out?
I think Alabama would do. I think the rushing attack will be dependent on Bell.
Alabama's gonna force Purvila to go. All right, we're gonna take away your run game. What can you do throwing the ball?
It's gonna be. Can you throw the ball? And if you can run,
you don't have Dale Weiss anymore. You don't have Luther Burden anymore. Test our receivers against our defensive backs. We like our defensive backs more.
I could see that, and Purvila likes to run because Penn State last year would use him in the running situation.
And he's been a threat this year.
So I could see him having the big game on the ground. Like if Missouri wants to win, they're gonna have to really get. They know what Alabama's weaknesses are.
They're gonna have to do the Vanderbilt. They're gonna have to do the Vanderbilt. What do you call it?
Time of possession.
Playbook. Time of possession is going to be their key to the game.
I could see it like 60 to 90 yards for Ahmad, like 60 to 80. If you can hold them to that, then I feel.
On the other side, defensively, the Missouri's defensive line has been pretty solid this year.
Yeah,
that's been pretty solid this year. But again,
it's going to be tough to stop Alabama's offense. I mean,
Alabama. No
one can stop Kansas or South Carolina's. Oh, here's 3 really good receivers. Here's a good tight end. Here's an up and coming running game, and a really solid offensive line with a quarterback who's only thrown 1 interception through 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for Missouri. I mean, a lot of people are picking Missouri for this game, and I think Missouri wins this game if Alabama just comes in and sleepwalks and just doesn't take them seriously. If Alabama takes them seriously,
I mean, it's a ranked game. I think Alabama usually wakes up for these ranked games. Like the Florida State game was an unranked game, so it's kind of Kalen DeBoer does good against
Alabama at 11 a.m. You either get the few times you play Wisconsin or the South Carolina game.
Yeah, I could see it being a slugfest. I could see it being a shootout.
I think it'll be tight early, and then Alabama pulls away. I think the offensive firepower for Alabama is going to eventually take over. It all depends on if Missouri can actually pass effectively. If they can't pass effectively, then Alabama's going to win the game.
Alabama's done a good job.
Purvila's arm.
And Alabama's done a good job forcing turnovers. When they can force turnovers, that's when their defense.
Yeah.
And the defense has been ever since the Florida State game. They've been good making adjustments because last week, I mean, they adjusted really well and pretty much held Pavia and Vanderbilt at stalemate. I mean, this game is really interesting, but I could see Alabama just handling business.
I could too. I think it's gonna be closer than it was last year. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
I think Missouri is a good football team. I think they're. Look, Missouri's off a bye week. Yeah. They're gonna be ready for this game. Like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like it all sets up for Missouri, and I'm like, all right, we'll see.
The thing that's kind of funny is it should be like in the 60s, so in the 70s. The thing is, it's kind of funny because people may get flashbacks in the Vanderbilt game when they see the construction site and the end zone for Missouri.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. This team's already lost the game. They already know their mission. They're not coming in off a big win. I mean, it's Vanderbilt, but they're ready. And with the consistency of just Ty Simpson
and the leadership,
to have his best game to beat teams. Alabama doesn't have to be incredible because when Milroe was off last year, Alabama no offense. Even with Ty Simpson having an off day, it's like they still put up 20 points.
Yeah, the thing with this, the leadership, you can definitely tell the leadership is a lot different from last year. I think the big key for this game is how Alabama does in the red zone compared to last week. Will we see a lot more? I think this week we'll probably see a lot more success. I mean, obviously, it's kind of hard to.
It's going to be hard to stop Missouri's run game. Yeah. I am worried about that.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. That's the game's at 11 a.m. And then the Red River is the 2:30 game.
And then what used to be the SEC's time slot at 2:30 is now the Big Ten's, and let's head to Eugene, Oregon.
This is where game day is going this week.
Yep.
So Eugene's going to get a lot of you're going to see a lot of Eugene students with these hard hats.
A lot of Oregon students, and both teams coming off bye weeks.
It's an early morning game day too for them.
Yeah, both teams coming off bye weeks. You have two Heisman. You have the Heisman front runner right now, Dante Moore, and then you have another Heisman in the running, Fernando Mendoza. Two transfer quarterbacks.
Yeah,
familiar with each other.
It's number 8 Indiana going on the road to face Oregon.
Yeah. The thing, Oregon's coming off bye week. They're both coming off byes, and you have Oregon coming off the win against Penn State from 2 weeks ago. And Oregon, man, I mean, Dan Lanning just continues to be a machine, knows how to motivate his team, knows how to get his team ready. And it's like maybe their defense isn't as good.
That guy's pregame speeches are insane. He's on something. He's like,
and then you have, definitely. Then you have Kurt Signetti, second year in Indiana, and has Indiana like
has all the confidence in the world. And the last time the world watched Indiana, they smoked Illinois, and I mean smoked
63-10.
So, where's your take on this game? Because how much what's your take on this game? I'll get your thoughts.
I mean, I think this is kind of a bad spot to catch Oregon coming off a bye week. Like, Oregon's going to be up for this game. I mean, both teams are going to be up for this game, but this is really just a big test of where Indiana's at as a program. Like, yeah, you went into you came out alive in Kinnick before the bye week, which is a tough environment. You survived that game, but your offense didn't look as good. Well, you're going to be going up. You're in need to score points against this Oregon team. I could maybe see it being a shootout, but it's like
Oregon has a good defense this year.
Yeah, and their offense. I mean, Dante Moore. See what happens when you get into a good coaching. What happens when you get good coaching? Your game elevates. And Oregon's offense is still explosive. Maybe they didn't show it because their Penn State was just a nitty gritty Penn State Big Ten game.
Penn State on the road, it's tough to
but both of these coaches do not coach like Big Ten coaches. They like firepower. They like offense. They like hard. I mean, so I can see
these two aren't Big Ten coaches.
No,
they play in the Big Ten, but their offensive identities are not Big Ten.
Yeah, they're fit SEC like coaches.
My take on this game is I don't like the spot at all for Indiana.
That's how I feel.
For Illinois, it was pretty even talent-wise. Oregon has two. I don't like the spot at all. I'm taking Oregon to cover big time. Yeah, I kind of feel like I don't want to be rude to Indiana because I think they are a good football team, but going on the road to Autzen and with the talent Oregon has compared to Indiana, I think Oregon wins big. I don't see it from Indiana. And you know what? That's what Indiana wants. They want people to doubt them.
Yeah, so everybody's doubting them.
I'm going to doubt you. And if you guys win, then you can let me know in the comments how wrong I was. But right now, I'm picking the Quackers.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of hard to get a good feel about Indiana. Like, I like their team. They did good against Iowa. It's just like
I like Dante more than I do Mendoza. I like their receivers more than Indiana. There's not one.
Maybe that Illinois
win. One part of the ball that I like Indiana more than I do Oregon right now, and that's why I'm going to pick Oregon to win big. But if Indiana wins, then you know what? I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them
flowers.
A lot of flowers. Because if you go on the road to Autzen and beat Oregon, then that's worthy of applause.
Yep, and it's just a weird. You're traveling cross country. You're playing at 12:30 Pacific time. It's just a weird.
Yeah, it's not just West Coast teams that have trouble with.
I mean, East Coast teams had even more trouble because I mean, look, Penn State, same time slot, and they got destroyed.
Yeah,
but
there's a few big games in the Big Ten this year, but we'll get to that in rapid fire. What's the last game we're going to preview?
Last game we're going to preview.
The final game on ABC.
Yep, and Jordan Hare.
in an orange out for the Deep South Soldiers rivalry.
And they broke
Auburn
that.
hosting Georgia. So also for this game, Cam Newton, they're retiring Cam Newton's jersey at this game.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, I'm not wearing orange. I'm wearing my Cam Newton jersey. Which, you know what? Don't blame them.
The thing with this game, so we both know coming into this game, Georgia had a pretty solid win last week against Kentucky, no sweat at all. This week,
good right game. Good right
game, exactly.
But this week you're going into a place that Alabama and Georgia fans hate.
Yep, both teams have not had good success.
We don't like Alabama and Georgia fans don't like each other, but they have one thing in common. They hate playing Auburn in this place.
The thing with Auburn, you need to find this needs to be a game where Arnold gets going.
You have to get some offense going. Like when the offense hasn't looked great this year at all. But here's the thing, though. They have the weapons on the outside. I like their weapons more than I do Georgia's defensive backs. That's how you beat them.
Easily. That's how you
That's how Tennessee torched them. That's how Alabama torched them. That's how every team's torched Georgia is by picking on their young defensive backs. And you've got two experienced guys on the outside. Actually, three. Malcolm Simmons, Cam Coleman, and Eric Singleton. Eric Singleton was hyped up. You haven't barely used him. Use him.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold's throws, his deep balls has really been like one or two steps off. I could see him hitting a couple.
But the big thing in this game is offensive line. Auburn's offensive line has been the worst I've seen all year.
They had to get one of their offensive linemen like hearing tested because they've had so many false starts. Like
it's been bad. It's been a bad offensive line for Auburn. But here's the thing:
you're at home.
All that goes out the water when you play a rivalry game, Jordan-Hare.
Yeah, no it's out the window when you're at home.
No matter how bad teams are. I mean, remember the last time that Georgia went down to Auburn?
They barely survived.
James Thorne torched them. And the only reason they won that game was because of some guy named Brock Bowers, who might be pretty good in the NFL. Just might be.
How do you think Georgia's going to need to bring out, like, defensively, like, this is a big game for Gunnar Stockton as well, offensively for Georgia.
I think Georgia's going to pretty much try to control the clock.
Yeah.
I mean,
but Auburn's rush defense is like one of the best in the country.
And I like Georgia on the road. They won the Neyland, and Stockton played his best game all year. He played better on the road than he did in Athens.
I think Stockton, that passing game is going to be huge because Auburn's rush defense is very, very good.
Yeah, I mean Auburn's defense has been one of the best units in the SEC.
And how about
along with Oklahoma, they've been one of the best. But here's the thing, though: Auburn's had no pulse on offense.
Yeah, how do you think they'll utilize? Like Arnold has not had success in the run game. Everybody's figured it out. Like his passing is not his forte. It's been his running game. How do you think they'll defend? Like you got to maybe stack the box, force them to beat you in the air. Like,
yeah, I mean that's how everyone's done it. It's like beat us through the air.
And Glenn Schumann and Kirby Smart, their defense has not been as good lately. But
I mean, every team has done the same thing. Stacked them up and said, "All right, beat us." And as you said, most of his deep throws have been just maybe a yard short, maybe just a step short.
So for this game, like, is the maybe by this time next week or two, we'll find out Hugh Freeze's fate. Because this is the biggest game of his job right here.
I don't think they're going to fire him because they're still paying him.
It's Auburn. You never know.
Yeah, fair point. It is Auburn. But here's the thing. This is one of your big ones. This is one of your big ones for Auburn. It's not the Iron Bowl, but it's your second biggest one. These are your two biggest rivals.
Then
Georgia
again,
and Alabama.
You get back-to-back night games in Jordan-Hare because next week you host Missouri. I mean, these two games right here.
That's a big game.
You can get into a rhythm if you're Auburn, like start stacking some wins if you can pull out this game like that. This is a game that can really turn around your season.
It feels like everything's gonna. We'll get into it too.
But if you're Georgia, this is a must-win game for both of these teams because Georgia, you've already had that one loss, and you still have.
It was in the SEC.
Yeah,
having an out-of-conference loss is okay. I mean, in the era of the 12-team playoff, it's better to have an out of conference loss than it is an in conference loss. Alabama, they're undefeated in the SEC for now. For now, we'll see.
Yeah.
But Michigan, another team that lost out of the conference to Oklahoma, but they're right in the picture in the Big Ten.
Yep. All right. I guess we could rapid fire through some of these games. There's a lot of big.
I think the big one we start in rapid fire is a game in Southern California. That game is huge. USC, Michigan.
So 2 weeks ago, USC played Illinois, and they got Big Ten footballed. But then again, that game was played at 9 a.m. for them. So it's like the thing with USC. Like last year, USC played in the Big House, and they got absolute trench warfared on. Their offensive, they absolutely just ran they had no throwing. Michigan had no throwing attack.
What do you think Michigan's going to do this year? They're better. Better at trench warfare this year.
Yeah, but
they're way better this year in trench warfare.
I think the thing with USC this time is, I guess they're a little bit more prepared defensively, but
they have guys up. They've been recruiting guys up front, so they're building for trench warfare.
The thing with USC is you have to contain Justice Haynes, because I feel good about. I don't have no worries about Maava and their offense, because they look really. I mean, Maava's been really good.
Yeah, and I wouldn't severely worry about Underwood's throwing ability. You just make the kid.
Make him make the throws. You got to get him you got to get him in the third and 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. You can't get him in the 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1.
Again, if USC wants to really compete in the Big Ten,
they have to win this game.
You got to play trench warfare. And I'm sorry, USC. I know that's not your game, but
I think if this game being in Southern California can kind of favor them to play some Hollywood.
I don't think so. I think this is going to be trench warfare.
I think USC is going to get their revenge from last year. I think
for their sake, I hope they do, because Lincoln Riley's kind of coaching for his job security at this point.
Yeah, but I could see this game is a coin flip game for me. I could see it going either way. Like last year, I sniffed this game out because I picked Michigan to beat USC, but this time I'm going to back the home team.
Yeah.
Here's a Friday night game that I really like in the American Conference. USF and North Texas are battling it out.
Yeah, this is a massive game in the Group of 5. Both these teams are
really good
in their conferences. Miami's one loss is Miami, and Miami is
USF
good this year.
The thing with this, both of these quarterbacks are really good. Drew Mestamaker, he's like a great story out of North Texas, taking over for Chandler Morris, who transferred. I think this game is going to be a shootout. Both of these offenses are really good.
Where do you lean on this game?
I think I might back North Texas. I think they can get the upset.
I'm back in South Florida.
Yeah.
Even though I'm from North Texas.
I just like the story, North Texas, the quarterback story.
I hope UNT wins, but right now I'm picking South Florida because I think the experience of playing in the swamp, in Miami, I think that's going to come into effect here. And I like Golish more than I do North Texas.
Yeah. I think this will be a shootout, though.
Do you think this is a trap game? Ohio State going to Illinois. How worried are you if you're Ohio State? For the Yellow Buck for the first time in a long time.
So this game's at big noon, right?
Yeah, this is big noon. It's in Champaign, and they're playing for the Yellow Buck for the first time in a while. This is the Ohio State-Illinois rivalry. They have a wooden turtle they play for called the Yellow Buck.
I think Ohio State will be fine. They might be sluggish, but the thing is, can Illinois consistently move the ball offensively? Because that Matt Patricia defense has been really good. Can they come up clutch? Luke Altmaier needs to be good.
Absolutely.
I picked, this was the game on the picks. So do you think Illinois covers, or do you think Ohio State?
I think Ohio State covers.
Yeah.
And then,
I just think Ohio State's too good. I mean, if I could see it being an upset, but it's I think Ohio State fans are going to
I'm not over this game, but I like Ohio State's defense a lot this week.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked either way.
Who would have thought? I'm looking at the schedule right now. Imagine telling someone to start the year that Clemson, unranked Clemson would play unranked Boston College. Oklahoma, number 16 in the country, would play unranked Texas. And Penn State would be unranked. But you know who's ranked? High, Texas Tech, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that. I mean, that's a completely different day. But
so going back to our pick, since we're going through some games real quick, so who do you have in the Red River?
I got Oklahoma.
Got Oklahoma.
I like Oklahoma either way. Even with Hawkins, I like Oklahoma's defense more.
Give me
there's a few more games I want to go on in rapid fire while we're talking about it.
Here's another. The next game, Florida and A&M. Is that one of the games?
Actually, there's one at 3:15 I kind of want to talk about first.
Yeah, it's good. Hit me.
Arkansas, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Petrino's first game is Arkansas, but here's the reason I bring it up. Arkansas has had Tennessee's number for multiple years.
Yeah, last year.
Not even that. It's just really since the stumble and fumble back in 1998 for Tennessee, Arkansas has dominated this series. Like
this game has shootout written all over it.
Oh yeah. I just think it's interesting. It's at 3:15 in Neyland. I think Neyland
is going to be pulling out all the stops here.
But yeah, shootout.
The big thing is
Tennessee
also could be a look ahead spot because Tennessee is out in the next week.
Yeah, I think this could be really challenging for Tennessee. I'd put this high on the upset watch for Tennessee because you're looking ahead to Alabama, but watch out, Arkansas is coming.
Just like with the UCLA, Arkansas is going to be playing nothing to lose. Bobby Petrino is going to be probably pulling out all the stops. I mean, he's going to be calling a good game offensively, and Taylon Green's a really good quarterback. So,
and if they pull this off, I think there's a very good chance that Petrino's name could rise for that Arkansas job.
All right.
Next game, let's talk about the game that you were going to talk about.
Yeah. Florida A&M. Very interesting
I didn't realize this game was at night. I thought this game
good games at night.
Early.
The thing with this game would be a lot better, but I mean, Florida. I guess this game is getting better because at some points it looked a little gloomy. But last week, Florida beating Texas and A&M staying undefeated, and now
this has potential. This is game of the week potential.
Yeah,
I really am interested in this game, and this is going to be one of those games I'm going to be watching like fully because
the thing about this game is last time when Florida went into the Death Valley, a lot of turnovers. The key to this game is you got to play clean football. You
got to play clean football against A&M,
especially with that crowd. You can't can't back yourself up with penalties. You can't.
But I think this game's going to be another defensive slugfest.
Yeah,
A&M offense since Notre Dame has looked sluggish. Like even though they put 31 on Mississippi State, it took a while.
Yeah, they didn't take until the second.
Defense is not the best thing ever.
No, I agree.
Next game I wanted to look at is South Carolina going to LSU. And the reason I say that is because last year this game ended in controversy, which pretty much was one of the main reasons South Carolina did not make the playoff. This year, the game's in Tiger Stadium. No one's counting South Carolina. These are two teams that had really high expectations this year. And so far, they haven't lived up to those expectations. What is your thoughts on South Carolina LSU?
You need to get everybody was the last week heading into the bye week. It was is Nuss hurt, and then Brian Kelly comes out, he's fine. Now you got to prove it offensively. This needs to be the prove it game offensively. Yeah. You need to have a good passing attack. Show that you're actually capable of moving. You
got to run the football.
Yeah.
Like
you got to fix your passing game because your passing game.
Missouri was able to run the football on the South Carolina defense. LSU's got to run the football. If they don't run the football, then they're not going to. Again, I keep saying this because this is the biggest problem. This is by far the biggest problem with LSU. They have no run game. It's the reason they lost to Ole Miss. It's the reason they're in a lot of these games. It's the reason why they're not dominating on offense. When you put everything on Garrett Nussmeier, It's the same problem with Texas. When you put everything on your quarterback, it's tough to win.
Yep.
LSU's got to run the football. And I'm going to keep saying that until the cows come home because guess what? Their defense has been awesome this year. But you got to run the football.
The thing with this game, you do want to get your running game right, but you also want to get your passing game right because that's been just as bad as your running game.
Yeah,
maybe you want to see if Nuss is maybe look healthy. Like his mechanics have been off. Everything's just been off. You want to see.
It's weird.
It's just a weird situation. And like this game, I could see like Carolina's also just their schedule is just so hard. It's just like you just feel bad for them right now. I could see them pulling this off. I could see them getting dominated just because LSU needs to prove it that they are legit.
Yeah,
they have not shown anything. I mean, they didn't even show anything in the game to beat Clemson because that game's not aging well at all. But
and then finally, we don't really have to.
After dark.
Yeah, Pac-12 after dark. Arizona State going to Utah.
Yeah, Big 12.
Tough game for Arizona State.
I think Arizona State might be in for a long night.
It will be not fun.
Yeah, Arizona State's come out of the season and they haven't really surprised me, or I haven't really been impressed with them.
I haven't watched them a lot since they played
TCU.
No,
since Mississippi State.
Yeah, since Mississippi State.
They're just like I don't know, man. Their defense is still pretty good. They need to get This needs Jordan Tyson involved.
Yeah,
like Levitt's been fine. They haven't been. Like their running game. They don't have a running game.
Look ahead spot for Arizona State because next week they host Texas Tech.
Yep. And it can't even be a look ahead spot because you're going against Utah, who's also
fair
can win the Big 12. And then another game, BYU is heading into another trap situation into Arizona. Both Utah schools and Arizona schools are clashing. It's kind of funny.
I have no clue what they say about Arizona. I have no one.
They're like a dumpster fire, but they're like 4-1. They got dominated by Iowa State. I could see BYU. BYU. I watched their game last week. Their defense is still good. Bear Bachmeier, he's all right offensively as a quarterback, but their running game is always good. So they just need to lean on that. But other than that, you got anything? Any other notes?
No, there's a few things that came out. NCAA approved a rule that players can now bet on professional sports, and LSU is going to have a patch on their jersey starting next year.
Nice.
So that's the world of the NIL coming.
And I think the transfer portal now. There's only one window.
Transfer portal now, and then that Florida State player that got released from the hospital today is now going to go into the second part of the recovery.
Yeah, that was it.
And that was one of the best videos of the day. Seeing Florida State, him be okay, and seeing him just come out of the hospital was good. That was good.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the picks.
Yep. I feel so. USF, North Texas. You got USF. I got North Texas. All right. We both have Ohio State to cover.
Yep.
We both have Oregon, right?
Yep, Oregon.
And then Red River, you have Oklahoma. I have Texas.
Oh, you got Texas?
Yeah, I think this is a weird spot. I mean,
it's a very weird game. It's the game that I have no strong opinion.
I just think they're going to bounce back. They're kind of due for a good game.
I think Oklahoma has revenge factor from last year as well.
How about this game? A&M or Florida?
A&M.
Yeah, I think A&M wins, but it's going to be by like.
I think it possibly could be game of the week. This is the game I'm going to be very key on in the night slate.
I think it's like 9.5.
I'm going to be all SEC in the night slate as.
All right. Oldest Deep South, oldest rivalry. Who do you got? You have Auburn pulling it out?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an orange out. It's Cam Newton's retirement. It's it just feels like one of those just weird games, and I think Auburn wins it. I don't want Auburn to win, but I think they win. Jordan Hare at night is not
I kind of just want to see Auburn fans at least get one through the hoop, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
You can see it going either way at this point. All right. Hollywood. Do you have USC or Michigan?
Trench warfare, Michigan.
All right.
Michigan.
I got the Hollywood ball. Give me Lincoln Riley.
You got Lincoln Riley?
Yeah.
Solid pick. That's a 1.5 point spread. USC's favored by 1.5. I saw.
Yeah, that's why.
Which surprised me.
That's why I said it's. So we bet you have LSU bouncing back.
What?
You have LSU bouncing back, or you have the Cox? Yeah, I got LSU as well. I just think
tight game, but LSU's got more firepower, and it's night in Death Valley. And Kelly, say what you want about Kelly, but he's only lost once at night in Death Valley, so he's really good in Death Valley. What?
BYU or Arizona?
BYU. Yeah. I've watched more BYU than I have Arizona this year.
Arizona State or Utah? Yep, that's how I am. These games right here, the Big 12 right here, and then I mean, there's a lot of decent matchups. I
have no clue. I mean, I could pick Arizona State, but it's Utah at night.
Let's look at all the other. Like the Big 12 race is going to be so tight. That and the American.
Yeah, I think Texas Tech is the overwhelming favorite.
Iowa State has to go to Colorado. If Colorado can pick them off and get that second loss, that would be huge for the Big 12 race.
Yeah, Cincinnati's on the rise.
Let's look at the standings.
Texas Tech is the overwhelming favorite to win this thing this year, which can't blame them.
Right now, there's 2-0 teams. You got BYU, Texas Tech, Arizona State, Cincinnati. I mean, I could still see like teams like TCU with only one loss, like Baylor, Iowa State, especially. Like, there's a lot of teams that could like still make some noise. But you got anything else for us?
Nope.
All right,
that's pretty much it.
That'll wrap up another episode of the Fourth and the Mile podcast. Nicholas Elliott, JD Zossa will be back next week for NFL, and we'll be back next Thursday for college football. Have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy college football. Enjoy the NFL. It's fall, everybody. Good weather's coming.
Peace.